The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive. Where you throw an interception. A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again is Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught at the 20. And all the way inside the Oakland 20 into the red zone. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, and even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They begin with a run by Corral. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. And out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally down at the 9-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. Now hold everything. Offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On 2nd and goal. Carr, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Carlson on for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before. Be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. On 1st down, Watson. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 46 yards. That's another Texans first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Watson looks to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Crowell, they find some open field here. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Isaiah Crowell, 97 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Kill. To the floor. Let's go.
From the 50, it's Watson. Open man, the tight end falls. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
To throw is Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. Stills the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Carr. It's hauled in here by Edmond. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. In his own end zone, it's Carr. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets? A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Sliding out of the pocket. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
18 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
That's how we do it.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. A 1st down carry now for Corral. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Carr. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that...
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. To throw, it's Carr. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Markevius Mingo picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The final shot here before half for Carr. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
41's coming. 41's a mic. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
From the 24, Carr is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for the Raiders. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Just like that.
Carr gives to Richard. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down and 4, Carr. It's a screen to Richard. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's complete to Grant. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
What now? 185.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, being on the second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Watson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Now Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans get a bit closer. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. To the air yet again, Watson. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Able to spin free. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the... Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to wind up, and he's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Hey, Charlie!
Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man, it's Williams. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
On 1st down, Crowell. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carr to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Ryan Grant, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Houston, it's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this will be a touchdown. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run as his guys are back within a single score. And that big 4th quarter return game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. Caught by Nelson. He's got a 1st down past the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
Now, 180. Coming Raider 2.
Watch the control.
On on 2nd and 12. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw on 3rd down. Carr. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ryan Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carr. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
About the 17. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Stills bringing it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. On 1st and 10, Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there. But to no avail, 2nd down. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Watson's pass intended for Kenny Stills. It leads to 2nd and 10.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only is...
And this is taken in at the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup of 38.
Another Texans first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Hey, Haywood! Right Monday down!
To throw again on second down. Carr, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
On third down, Carr eluding the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Watson. He finds his man Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on third down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Finding fouls complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. To Johnson again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Hey, motion backfield, motion backfield.
Watson now to throw. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter.
Next to score, Texans 46, Raiders 45.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Raiders take over first down from 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. This is Miller. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
Watson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down. Today's final score, Texans.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry